My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine and the most caring doctor in medicine. Dr. B wants to remind you that after more than 30 years at high level in medicine, Dr. B genuinely loves you and Dr. B genuinely cares about you. Today, Dr. B wants to tell you, to teach you how you can go online and calculate your risk for developing in the future a heart attack or a stroke or heart failure so that you can wake up and change your lifestyle. I started about 2 months ago. Every one of my patients that I see at our beautiful cardiovascular clinic, all of them, before I check their heart, I sit down in front of the computer and I go online. There is a risk calculator, the risk of having in the future a heart attack or a stroke or heart failure. The calculator was developed in the year 2023. Right now, September 2025. So about 2 years ago. And it has been approved, scientifically proven, that it's effective, that it's statistically accurate, and it has been approved by the ACC, American College of Cardiology, and by the AHA, American Heart Association. So the risk calculator that I'm going to show you and that I use for all of my patients as of 2 months ago has been approved because it is scientifically proven to be statistically correct, has been approved by the ACC, American College of Cardiology, and the AHA, American Heart Association. If you go online and you Google prevent, you have to Google exactly this. ASCVD, atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease risk calculator. Prevent ASCVD risk calculator. ASCVD means atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, means cardiovascular disease that is caused by atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is these plaques, this gooey that deposits over time in your vessels and that narrows the lumen of your vessels and prevents blood from flowing. So if you have atherosclerosis in your brain vessels, no more blood's gonna flow to your brain, you're gonna develop a stroke. If you have that in your heart, no more blood's gonna develop go to your heart, you're gonna develop a heart attack. Atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease risk calculator. If you Google this, you're going to have different websites that will give you that calculator. And I'm going to give you an example of one of those websites that I put on my computer so that you can see it. So I'm going to turn my monitor towards that screen so that you can see an example of one of these websites. I'm not advertising for any of these websites, right? You can use any of them. It's always the same thing. Prevent ASCVD risk calculator. Do you see it? Prevent ASCVD calculator. You enter your age, your gender, you enter your total cholesterol, HDL, systolic blood pressure, you enter your body mass index, whether you are obese or overweight, blah, blah, blah. Of course, your blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. Diabetes, if you are currently smoker, if you are, how much is your hemoglobin? I mean, the page goes down, right? I don't want to go down in the page, but why not? Actually, maybe I can show you by going down. I apologize. It's a little bit unstable. But here you see the page goes down, and you can enter other information. Are you taking medication for high blood pressure, statins, blah, blah, blah. And then you click on calculate here. And of course, different websites have come up with the same calculator, but it's always the same Prevent ASCVD risk calculator. Different websites offer this calculator. It is free, and as I said and I repeat, it has been approved by the ACC and the AHA, so it is statistically correct. And me, Dr. B, I have zero body fat, everything is like a baby, my risk is less than 2%, so the risk is at 10 years. Means within the next 10 years, I have only 2%, less than 2% chance of having a heart attack or a stroke. Less than 2%. Imagine that. Many of my patients, so it's pretty good because when I do this with my patients, it wakes them up, right? Because most of my patients are at least overweight or obese, they have diabetes, high blood, and that's why they come to check their heart, right? And many of them in their young age, they are 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, in the prime of their retirement, and they have diabetes, they have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, they take this, some of them smoker, blah, blah. I mean, it's crazy. And then when I sit down with them and I open the web page and I enter the information and I calculate their risk for heart attack, it gives you the risk for a heart attack within 10 years. It gives you the risk for a stroke within 10 years, and it gives you the risk of heart failure within 10 years. My God, a lot of them, they wake up. They say, my God, I didn't know. I have 50% chance to develop a heart attack or a stroke or a heart failure within 10 years. Half, 50% chance, some of them 70%, some of them 25, a quarter, one chance out of 4. 25% chance of developing heart attack, stroke, or heart failure. My God, a lot of them, they just like, my God, doctor, thank you. How come nobody ever told me this? And blah, 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 right? Because doctors are so busy. Doctors want to make a lot of money. They want to spend only 5 minutes with the patient in the room, move to the next patient. Official statistic of the American Medical Association, the average time a doctor in America spends with the patient in the room is 5 minutes, right? Whereas the average time a patient spends in the waiting room waiting to go see the doctor is 45 minutes. Official statistics of the American Medical Association, but Dr. B is not like that. I schedule my patients every 1 hour. So I have the time to talk, to discuss, to show them this kind of stuff before I examine their heart with my beautiful ultrasound system and check their heart in details, right? So this is why these people are stunned when I show them this. The guy said, nobody ever told me that. I have 50% chance that within 10 years I'm going to develop a stroke, a heart attack, a heart failure. I mean, this is crazy, right? And remember, this has been statistically proven accurate, and therefore it has been adopted by the ACC-AHA. Remember, the American College of Cardiology and the American Heart Association is not going to accept anything other than the scientific proof, scientific evidence. This algorithm that has been developed by a famous Dr. Hahn, right? Dr. Hahn is extremely scientifically accurate. It has been proven, so you can rely on that. Now, there is a version of this algorithm that gives you a risk within 20 years and 30 years. Don't use that one, because that one has less reliability. Because you don't know in 30 years or 20, it's too far to predict. It's like saying, I want to predict what's going to happen to me, Dr. B, in 50 years. Well, I'm 50 years young. Who knows what the cuts are going to happen to me when I'm 50 years old, right? When I'm 100 years old, means in 50 years from now. So use only the prevent risk calculator, ASCVD, atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease risk calculator, to calculate your risk for in 10 years. But that's already good. I mean, if you don't wake up after seeing your risk over there, then it means there's something wrong with you. Because if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, your hemoglobin A1C, you're a smoker, you're obese, blah, 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 the more of these risk factors you have, the higher your risk gonna be. Even if you have one of these risk factors, your risk is gonna jump. So I hope that it's gonna motivate you to change your lifestyle and to do like Dr. B. Dr. B, 50 years young, 10 years ago, about early age 40s, I changed my lifestyle, right? I zipped my mouth, exercise, sleeping good, decluttering my life, physically, mentally, getting rid of ex-girlfriend phone numbers on my cell phone, changing completely, no more alcohol, no more fast food, no more junk food, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I completely changed my lifestyle. It took me maybe 2 years to declutter my life, to do this, to do that, to eliminate all the stress and the worrying about money and investment and future and retirement, blah, blah, blah. But you can do it. Give yourself 1 year, 2 years, and for God's sake, change your life. But first, go to this beautiful algorithm that has been scientifically validated and that has been approved by the American College of Cardiology and the American Heart Association. Google exactly this, and you're going to get to one of the website, either of them, that is going to give you access to this algorithm. You enter all your information, you see your risk of heart attack, stroke, and heart failure, and hopefully if your risk is high, then you wake up. But again, as I said, Dr. B, less than 2%. I have less than 2% chance that within the next 10 years I'm going to develop heart failure or a heart attack or a stroke. Less than 2%. When it becomes too low, the risk becomes very, very, very extremely low, close to zero. The computer is not going to tell you zero, because zero means there is absolutely nothing. Statistically, it doesn't mean anything. Only God knows 100% my risk within the next 10 years. So the computer, even though I have zero risk factors, blah, blah, the computer not going to say zero, Dr. B, your risk is 0%. There is absolutely no chance you're going to have a heart attack or a stroke or heart failure within 10 years, because the computer is not God. But when the risk is extremely low, close to zero, the computer is going to say less than 2%. Mean it could be 0, it could be 0.5, it could be 1, it could be 1.5, it could be 1.9, it could be any catso, but it is very close to 0, but I don't want to tell you that it's 0. Right? So if you get a score less than 2%, be very happy. You are just like Dr. B. Guys, remember, it is very easy to age gracefully. It is cheap. It doesn't require any money, any spending on supplement, garbage, blah, 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 blah. All you have to do is implement in your lifestyle a few measures that I've been talking to you all the time, which is to zip your mouth, to go on a diet, whether it's the keto diet or the carnivore diet or the MASH diet or the Mediterranean diet. Choose any freaking diet that fits your lifestyle and that you like, and then stick to it. And each time you open your mouth to eat your diet, eat a little bit of it. I'm on the keto diet. It's the best diet for me. And I eat a little bit of the keto diet. Any good diet, even the keto diet, if you eat too much of it, it's bad for you. Then you need to sleep good. I sleep 9 hours a night. Then you need to go to the gym. I go 2 hours at the gym every day. Then you need to declutter your life, get rid of your material possession, live just like me, minimalistic lifestyle. Stop worrying about the money, the future, the kids, the wife, blah, 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 the villa in Mexico, and investing, blah, blah, blah. Stop doing that. Declutter your life. In addition, eliminate stress from your life. I have zero stress at work. I love my job. I will never retire from medicine. I'm going to keep working in medicine until I'm 100 years young, right? And then I have a zero stress at home. I have absolutely no more girlfriend as of 4 years ago, got rid of all those troublemakers. I have no wife, no ex-wife, no kids, no cat, no dog. My God, my life is zero stress. So you can do all this, right? I understand if you have kids and wife, blah, 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 right? But you get my point. You have to lower the amount of risk because of stress, because you cannot age gracefully if you have stress in your life, right? So if you do all these things and you eat healthy, you exercise, you sleep good, and you have sex every day, ideally, right? If you have a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or whatever the katso you have, it doesn't matter, whatever your sexual orientation, or like Dr. B, you masturbate every day, every night before I go to bed, I masturbate. Every once in a while when I want to be physically with a woman, I just call an escort, I pay her $300, she comes for an hour, I do whatever the katsu I need to do, then I kick her out, and no hassle, no headache, I don't have to deal with her, and blah, 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 like I had to deal with all these girlfriends, taking them out, whining, dining, restaurants, and weekend getaways, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's difficult to maintain a woman. With all due respect, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of freaking stuff, right? So this is my life now. I am extremely happy with my simple, frugal, non-materialistic lifestyle. I have the time to study, to read, to sleep, to exercise. I have the time to study the Thai language, medicine, surgery. Despite being in medicine for 30 years and surgery for 30 years, I have the time to study, to read. I have the time to improve my knowledge in the game of chess, my knowledge in advanced mathematics, science. I constantly read. I constantly challenge my brain. I have the time to do all these things, and you can do it too. I swear to God you can. So don't forget to do this, and don't forget that it's easy to age gracefully. I love you guys, regardless of your gender, political orientation, sexual orientation, religion. I love you. I love all human beings, regardless of everything. As long as you're a human being, I love you. I give you a big hug. Kapkunna krap, sawadi krap. Thank you for your tips, your comments, your everything. I really do care about this. I hope to grow this little community so that I can teach my knowledge, my scientific knowledge, not BS. I will never ever betray my Hippocratic oath. Your interest will be always above mine. Keep giving me tips for self-improvement and for improving my channel. God bless you guys, and I hope to talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.